Okay, folks, welcome back. It's just a couple of minutes to go now before we get Heat 6 of the San Francisco International underway. Grant Rollison showed them what he's made of in that last heat, led all the way. Now, my feeling is if Rollo has got his race face on and he hasn't worn himself out last night too much, he should be able to pull another bullet. He sailed a very tidy race. He led around the top mark and led them home. So all he's got to do is remember how he did that, position the boat in the same spots, and we should see another Rollo win. But hey, what would I know? Anyway, they're starting to get a bit serious now. You can see the boat starting to sail into a position, trying to get a lane, and Smeg's right up there on the boat end. Johnny Siegel in the protector rib out there, you can see that. So Smeg's trying to line up the boat, and Johnny Winning is coming a couple of boats down from that. You can see his sail sign, and I think that's Howie Hamlin over the top of Woody and Trevor Barnabas over the top of Howie. And that's Grant Rollison coming across on port, trying to set up, just gone behind Woody there now. So he's got himself in a bit of a pickle there. He's going to have to advance pretty quickly to get his bowing up with the others. Trevor's gone back, so he's trying to buy that boat end. Tacking back now. So I'd say we've probably got about 30 seconds to go. Looking at the positioning of the boats. And right down here to the pin end, you've got Jono Whitty. He's having a crack at this port tack start, and I think he's going to pull this off by the look of him. There's not too many boats down that end on starboard, so Jono is going for it now, and he will be the leader of this race right there. So across goes Panasonic Lumix. Great start, Jono. And that's interesting. There was another gun there, so we might have had our first general recall. Hard to tell from here. But we'll just follow them along and just see what they all want to do from this point on. Still racing. Johnny Winning off to a not so good start there. You can see him coming straight at us, so he hasn't got off the line all that well. So I'd say this race is underway, folks. I don't know what that second gun was for. It might have been for an individual boat over. We'll find out from the race office shortly. They've got the radio on in there anyway. So we're away in race 6. Early leader is Panasonic Lumix, and all nicely positioned there. You can see them going out towards the fog line. Back to you shortly when we get some crosses. So the reason why you haven't been calling the race up to after the start is pretty much straight away. The whole fleet was consumed by the fog. They all stood off after Jono Whitty port tacked them. They all sailed off towards the right-hand side of the course there into the fog, and only just starting to emerge from that now. So it would appear that I can see Trevor Barnabas potentially leading this fleet, but there could be boats on his hip that are further in the fog and we can't see them. So we'll just have to wait till they come across to the turn mark and set their chutes to come down to the gate. And you can see Panasonic. Coco, I just heard Coco say that he thinks Panasonic is leading. They're around that mark. No, they're not around the mark. Panasonic, I think, has gone back. Very hard to call a race when the fleet goes into the fog, folks. But anyway, we'll come back to you when we get a leader under chute, and we'll tell you more about it then. Okay, so we can finally give you some placings as they come out of the fog. So you can see some spinnakers coming towards us now, towards that gate for the first time. And Coco was saying to me that Grant Rollison hit the lead through the fog. So he's obviously had his radar working pretty well up there. So Slam apparently leads them. They're coming down this Chrissy Field shore, which I'm just jibing across now. You can see the black sheet of Slam. So the other boats have gone out earlier, and that's usually the quickest way to get down here. So Rollo might be just shuffled his way back into the pack here by that little bad move. But the furthest boat out we think is Panasonic, but we'll know more about that once they get down to this gate. Come back to him. That's Howie right out wide, is it? Okay, so we're calling that as Howie, out the furthest out into the fog. Smeg, CT Battens and Panasonic. Thurlow behind CT. come back to you when we get them away from the fog on approach to this gate down here. So we've finally got a race to watch here, folks. The leaders, a pack of boats you can see there, are approaching the gate mark for the first time. And this is developing into a really tight contest. The blue and white chute out wide is Howie Hamlin, CST Composites, and another great performance from Alex Valling's guys. They're probably in second or first. It's going to be very close with Howie's really hanging it together to get up to that mark. He overcooked the angle a bit. So Howie's going to get through. He'll be in first. CT closely behind him. Nick Press's Smeg, Trevor Barnabas in the Thurlow Fisher Lawyers, and Slam, who led them up there, has managed to punch his way back into fifth spot just because he didn't jibe out early. And we spoke about that yesterday. That's how Howie won that race yesterday morning, and he's pulled it all again together today in Heat 6. So out goes Howie, out in the centre again. Out goes Alex Vallings, out goes Smeg. Trevor coming on through, Slam coming through, then John winning. So Woody's got a bit to do here. He's currently in sixth position. The next boat being Maersk Line, that's Graham Catley's boat from New Zealand. Harkin, Yamaha, and I think that's Panasonic Lumix that had that great start, so he shuffled his way right back into the pack there. Okay, that's it for at the moment. They're on their way to the Alcatraz turn mark and getting a nice ride. The breeze has picked up a bit. Thurlow and Grant Rollison deciding to go right down this club side shore, and Howie set up out in the middle with CT Battens. Trevor just putting in a jibe, so this could be an interesting cross. We'll come back to you when they gauge in on each other, and there goes Grant Rollison. So we've the boats are approaching that bottom turn mark with a lot of pace now, and that boat that's about to go round is Howard Hamlin's boat, the CST Composites. Did a nice job. Remember, he went out early and headed them down through the gate and then jibed straight back out again, and it's proven to be the quick way to go down there. A lot of the other boats, CT Battens and Grant Rollison, came into used a bit of this shore up, and Howie's got away with that nice little buffer. It's not a big lead by any imagination, but this race is really hotting up. There's a lot of boats right in each other's faces down there, so this beat back up to the gate should shuffle the deck up a bit more, I would think. So settle in, folks. This should be a really well fought race. So here's our fleet, folks. This is the front runners, and approaching the gate for the first time to complete lap one, we've got Howard Hamlin, CST Composites. Did a nice job going down to Alcatraz, got out wide and jibed inside everybody else. So Howard Hamlin leads them right now, and he's got his race face on in this one. So don't forget he had that bullet yesterday, and he's right up there on the leaderboard with John winning at this point. The other boat that shuffled up on the leaderboard after that last race is CT Battens, Alex Vallings, and he's putting another nice race together as well out here. And while we've got you, I can just give you the mail on Pick the Speed for the day, and we've got all of you the lowest speed. We've got a range of 18.7 knots, and we go all the way up to 24.7, which is Christine Spate. She started off the event with the slowest speed. Now she's hit the big time, and she's got the highest speed in the race today. And Christine, might be a little bit too light for you, my dear, but we'll see what we get out of them when we get down to the park after this one. So there goes Howie Hamlin straight through the gate. Trevor Barnabas closely in contention with that CT Battens right on his heels. So Trevor's second right now. CT just tacking off, and through comes Smeg. That's Nick Press, and that would be Grant Rollison in fifth place, just coming through the gate now. And right in shore here is Harkin coming back, and he may get through in front of, I think that's Graham Catley's Maersk Line. So Woody, Johnny Winnie and the Andu have actually not having a good one here. They're back in 2, 4, 6, 7. He's in 8th position. So Woody has to do some catching up to keep a nice consistent scoreline, because his worst race so far I think is a 4th. So that's it at the gate for the first time. Now it's up into the fog and we'll probably lose them again, but we'll persevere and see what happens. Back to you then.